topics and opinions expressed on the following show are solely those of the hosts and their guests and not those of W4WN Radio, its employees, or affiliates. We make no recommendations or endorsements for radio show programs, services, or products mentioned on air or on our web. No liability, explicit or implied, shall be extended to W4WN Radio, its employees, or affiliates. Any questions or comments should be directed to those show hosts. Thank you for choosing W4WN Radio.
Get ready to be amazed. Get ready to know things that are usually unknowable. Get ready for an hour of insight and fascinating entertainment with Dr. Linda Salvin. For nearly 3 decades, Dr. Linda has been one of America's most celebrated psychic readers, metaphysical clinicians, and unmatched talk show hosts, bringing insights and solutions to thousands of people worldwide. Pull up a chair, turn it up, and get ready for a visit with the one and only Dr. Linda. And now, live from Los Angeles, ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Linda Salvin.
Welcome back, everybody. It's another episode of, soon to be ending the Starlight Café as far as the title of the show, soon to be Psychic Solutions podcast. So you won't be as confused as what's on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. It's just all the brand is changing and you're going to see different thumbnails and album covers, but the content's going to be the same. Okay. It's just, I'm going to switch it up a little, make it simpler because too many of you don't know me from the past and a lot of you do, but I'm just coming up to 2023 versus where I started in 1994. And here we are. We're going to have another episode of a professional woman talking about her experiences with me as a psychic and how wonderful my Wicks of Wisdom candle line worked for her in her business. She's a tax specialist, which to me is beyond my brain because I can't pay attention to detail and numbers all the time without going, oh my God, what did I do wrong? I love math, but to be an accountant is not my thing. I don't like doing QuickBooks. I don't like figuring it out. I don't like to balance. I just like to see what's there and have somebody else do the work. So without any ado, let's bring on Chantel Jean, who does the work as an accountant and a tax specialist. Look at that smile. Welcome to the show. We've been planning this for a month.
Yes, we have.
Well, welcome, Chantel. Hi. So tell people how you found me, probably through Storm or whatever, but why did you come to me? What's the spiritual? I'm just going to let you talk and I might interrupt you to gear it, but you've got quite a story. So let's hear what you want to say to the audience.
So I enjoy watching Storm Moreau, and he used to advertise you a lot and talked about how your candles help him with his situation that he was going through.
Oh, he went through some.
Yes. So I was like, well, what do I have to lose? I'm already spiritual. Let me do my research. So I did my research, found your website. I was looking and looking. I was like, because with me, I'm a Virgo, so I have to weigh out the pros and the cons. But
that's analytical. You are analytical, girl, and down to earth and stubborn. But go ahead. Look at that smile.
Yeah, I said I don't have anything to lose, so let me go ahead and just try it. So when I was reading the first set of candles, the Good Luck Power, I was looking for something to unlock my road so I can go ahead and start making more money because I only had one income with the corporate job. So I got those at first. And can I say what happened, Dr. Linda?
Yeah, but before you do, let me just tell the audience who might be new what we're talking about. We're talking about my candle line called Wicks of Wisdom. Wicks of Wisdom work like a prescription for your soul. And Chantel's going to tell you her experience. When you purchase Wicks of Wisdom, which is at lindasalvin.com or wicksofwisdom.net, it'll take you to that page. You get 3 candles, 4 bottles of essential oil. Here's a couple of them just to show you what they look like. There's different colors, which Chantel knows. You get 4 bottles of oil. You get a little baggie of herbs, and you get a baggie of powders that go in. All this goes into the candle, and then you write a petition. Well, what's the petition? I don't give that away on the air. That's what you pray for. And I give you the secret on how all this works with Wicks of Wisdom. Now in Kabbalah, the candle represents the soul of man. And the wick, when lit, is the flame, which is light, which is God. So essentially, we're giving God our needs and wishes. And spiritually, the magic happens. Now you can talk.
Oh, okay.
I wanted people to know what Wicks of Wisdom is, because a lot don't know. Even though they're around since 1999, there's always somebody new learning about them. So you heard from Storm, who's a big YouTuber, and yes, Storm comes to me for friendship and candles, and we do shows together. And he went through some testy times, and I got him through that episode. So let's talk about what happened to you, because the good luck will remove blocks, obstacles, negativity, curses, bad luck when you're stuck, right?
Yes.
Take it.
So I had a dream prior, because I was praying, like, can you show me a sign of what I should be doing as a side hustle? So this one guy,
side hustle. Okay.
Yeah, previously he came in my dream. So I took it as he was saying that I need
Storm?
to go into business with him as far as learning the taxes from him, being a tax preparer.
Wait, whoa. Who came into your dream? Storm?
Oh, no, not Storm, someone else.
Oh, because you just said he came into my dream. I'm thinking, well, we were just talking about Storm. Okay, I didn't know.
No, sorry.
Go ahead.
Okay. It's Barry. He came into my dream. So I took that as a sign. And then I was like, I needed to go to the spiritual store to get some candles. But then Storm video came up in my algorithm, and he was talking about either it was an interview with you or he was marketing your candles. So I'm like, okay, this is the confirmation. Went to your website. Took me a couple minutes, and then I decided, because I was fixated on it, like I'm gonna get these candles, and it was up from there. And before I got the candles, my whole energy has shifted. I was feeling very low. I was feeling like, oh, I'm living paycheck to paycheck, because it was in December, so of 2020.
Excuse me.
I'm like, as soon as I ordered your candles, because I ordered them on December 22nd of 2020.
Wow.
And the energy.
That's 3 years ago.
Yes. And it shifted. And I knew in my heart that was my confirmation that I made the best decision ever. Once I got the candles, I didn't follow the instructions properly.
No.
I was so excited. But Dr. Linda, the flame on those candles were just out of this world. And I can send you those videos.
I would love to see it.
The flame is up. It was strong. It was potent. So I was like, okay, yes, God, this is a confirmation. And then the following week, I started my tax training, and he also discounted it for me because we had a prior, friendship. And that was a blessing as well, because again, my money was tight. And it was like, I felt the energy. I'm in Florida, you're in California. I was like, yeah, this is
well, the fact that you even got the discount was with the clearing of the blocks, obstacles, negativity. It's almost like God and the universe was saying, come on, Chantel, this is your path, this is your journey. We'll even open some doors, discount it, make it more affordable, help you on your way. So you took the class and the training, and then what?
And then I started getting a lot of clientele. My family, my friends, and I was new. And everyone knew I was new, but they still took a chance with me. They didn't go to H&R Block. They didn't go to TurboTax. They didn't go to Jackson Hewitt. They didn't try to file it on their own. They trusted me, and I maximized their refund. And I was fearful because dealing with I work with people's personal information, helping everything, but actually doing it and getting their information and filing their taxes, people are skeptical because I'm a skeptical person, but a lot of people trusted me. Then I got a lot of referrals. I did very well in my first year.
And you continue to do well.
Yes. In the pandemic, it was like, oh, wow, that's exactly what I needed, Dr. Linda. You changed my life.
Well, thank you. I'm glad to hear that. A lot of people we all went through some changes in the pandemic. And a lot of us, that's, when Zoom became more popular and the online shows and the podcasts and everything changed because we were forced to stay home. And then we started a whole new way of life online, more so than socially in person. But now that that's over, we can go in and out. But the main thing is that you got results. Mm-hmm. And you were able to pass your course. Now you have a clientele base and people need you. You can only practice in Florida, though. You can't do California taxes because you'd have to have a license.
All over.
Oh, you can do California?
I can do all 50 states, yes.
Oh.
Tax preparer, yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, maybe you never know what'll happen. But we can advertise you on the show, and you never know what you'll collect. So time went on. What happened since, finishing the course, moving forward, getting all your clients, moving into your business, growing your business, your practice to the point where it's almost like, wait, I got too much on my plate. I'll get to you next. I'm sorry, Joe, I can't handle your account right now, but I'll get to you. And that happens to me. If I light a candle because business is a little slow, then all of a sudden the phone's ringing or the internet orders are coming in. And it's like, whoa, slow down. I'll get to you. I'm only one person. And so are you. So you become like a one-armed paper hanger trying to get it all done.
Yep.
Then it bounces out, it smooths out, and then you get on the next round. Then you came back for a reading. When did you? You had a reading in November of this year, 2023, and you wanted to catch up and tell me everything, and you ordered the Money and Success Power. So what happened in the reading? What happened with the next set of candles? Talk about your now movement as to what's happened since you evolved from that in 2020.
Okay, so in 2021, I got my next set of candles, which is Money and Success and Power. But I know my end goal was only to spend 2 years with this person, with their tax office, and branch out and do my own. So I spent that last year, and then the following tax year, this tax year, I end up branching out. Well, previously, after I spent the second tax year with him, I started the process of owning my own tax business, and I had to go through a background check and everything. So I finally got it's called an EFIN, electronic file identification number. I got my EFIN, and I was able to open up my own tax shop.
Corporation.
Yeah.
Yep. Let's just back up a minute, because a lot of people will come to me and say, I want to start a business. Okay, what kind of business? Oh, I don't know. Or they say, I want to do a podcast. Okay, what do you want to talk about? I don't know. So when people come to me about a business, I say, well, do you have the name? No. Do you have your tax ID number? No. Have you contacted your state of Cal or state of whatever you're at, their main office, so that you can get your tax liability ID? You have to go to the IRS and get the EIN, which is different than your social security number. And people a lot of times don't know what's involved. They think, I'm just going to start a business, start talking, making money. Most people don't understand the back end of a business is half the work than doing the work. You got to do all the work to get to the work. Correct. And a lot of people, when they start seeing how much work is involved to do what they really love doing, by the time I do all the back end stuff of production or booking appointments or shipping candles or whatever I'm doing here, then it's your turn for a reading. I'm like, hi, how can I help you? I'm like, oh my God, I'm so tired because I've been working. People like with you, you're doing the taxes, but you've got all the back end preparation or filing or answering phones or whatever's going on, people calling, people complaining, people disappearing, and then you've just got your life to manage. It's not just work. It's all work, but it doesn't always mean you're doing taxes all the time. You're not.
Right. Yep. That's very true. They don't understand what happens.
No, they don't. But you got to start with the EIN number, which is your federal ID, your number that goes to your corporation, whether it's an S Corp, an LLC. I'm an S Corp for my company. And you can determine what all that means with your accountants or your tax specialist and how you want to protect yourself. And a lot of people don't understand how to protect themselves. There are a lot of scams out there, which I'm sure you're aware of, especially during lockdown. People opened up LLCs and filed unemployment, right? And they all got unemployment claims on just the LLC without being in business. And then those scams hurt the people that were hurting during the lockdown. So there's a lot of scams out there, which I'm sure you see, or even in tax evasion, how they kind of lie about where the money really is, or they're cashing versus depositing, because there's a lot of tricks on how to not report. I report everything. Otherwise, my luck, I'd get whatever. Luckily, I've never been in trouble because I report and I pay a lot, and most of us do. But that's part of owning a business. It's different owning a business and paying yourself, because you pay the employees and self. Plus, you've got corporate taxes, which is different from the self-employee. There's different aspects. And Chantel, I'm sure a lot of people have come to you and they go, what do you mean? How come I didn't pay this? Well, you got a company and you got this, you got that, and they freak out, right?
Yeah. No cutting corners.
No.
No. Because the IRS will come after me because
you're the preparer.
Yeah. And I'm not doing that anyways. But it's funny you speak of the scams, because I dealt with those type of people. I'm sure
that's why I brought it up. I wanted to get it as part of the show. It's all out there.
Especially in Florida, it's a scam city, a scam state. People are
Oh man,
always
I've been
tripping.
burned twice in Florida. I've reported one company to the Attorney General about 2 years ago. It was a merchant account company. When you take credit cards, it goes to a merchant
Yes.
company. I got burned and scammed for thousands of dollars, didn't get my money back, reported it to the Attorney General. Now I got scammed by a marketing company, and I'm about to report them to the AG. I found a company that can write a letter, and I don't think I'll get my money back, but they never followed through on the ads I was paying for. And where are they based? Florida. They're always in Florida. But then I got burned by a company for Wikipedia here in California, and I never got my Wikipedia page. They kept saying it's going up, going up. And then I found out one day that the company closed. So I reported them to the Attorney General. I don't think reporting it matters because nobody takes action, but it's on the record maybe that there was a complaint. It's hard. Now, I don't know if you're seeing the ads on Facebook and Instagram that people are saying how easy it is to live off of $50,000 to $150,000. Just sign up for an LLC. The bank can grant you $50,000 per LLC without a credit check.
Yeah.
So the bank is obligated to give the new business money. So they're talking on Instagram how to go live your life and take a trip and eat at these restaurants or buy a car, but you're not working because you've got the LLC and the loan or the grant, whatever, from the bank. I'm like, oh my God, that's this month's scam. With something like that, doesn't the bank still need to have the money paid back? They don't just say, here's 50 grand, enjoy your life.
Oh, yes. They still need the money back because it's a loan through the bank. And nowadays, it's very hard to get business funding. You have to have your business set up properly, or it's going to be like a personal guarantor. But even that, they do the checks. Do you have your business filed with the Secretary of State? Do you have
that's what I was trying to say earlier. Secretary of State, whatever state you're in.
Have a business bank account? Do you have a Duns and Brads number? That's just the half because you still got to build the credit. And I also remember I was telling you I want to teach that because a lot of people come to me. They don't have business credit. They haven't established their business properly. They don't. And I already have.
That's what I'm saying at the same time. And they come to me. Well, I'm going to do a business. Well, what do you want to do? I don't know. So I'll send them to you to go train them. They can come to me. I'll say, well, here, just go call Chantel. You can start your teaching. Yeah, because a lot of people think it's fun. Oh, let's just start a restaurant. You got to buy napkins and plates and food and everything. And then you got to rent. You got to pay rent. Yeah. How do you think it's going? What are you going to do? People don't understand buying potatoes, cutting the potatoes, cooking the hamburger, putting it in a plate or putting it in paper or however you're going to serve it. Every single item in a business is inventory.
Yes.
What do you mean? What do you mean inventory? I have to buy candles. I have to buy bottles. I have to buy oil. I have to pay for the caps. Why are you so expensive? I'm not that expensive. It's my expense wrapped up with shipping. The only thing that's extra is California tax because, as you know, you don't have to pay tax outside the state, at least for what I'm doing at this time. And people don't have a lot of people don't have the concept of how retail or shipping works. They just think, well, I want this, I want that. Oh no, that. Or like with you, you're getting all these great results with your clients and your family, and then there's those people. You're always going to have one that's going to complain you did the lousy job and you're a piece of shit or whatever, right? There's always somebody to backstab you, and then you just keep going. But once they understand the concept and you're taken care of and you build the reputation, they always come back for more. That's what you're doing. You're on that escalator going up, Chantel. You're going to be huge. And I believe I told you at one point, just coming in again, you could open up your own practice or business, but you may end up with 3 locations.
Yeah. And then you did say I'm going to have a lot of support.
Yeah, I see that still.
Yeah, that's the goal. That is definitely the end goal.
What happened after the Money and Success Power candles?
My doors started opening. I play scratch offs here and there. So I started doing more on the scratch off. I do go to the casino here and there. So that year I end up going to Fort Lauderdale and they have the Hard Rock down there. And
I was there.
You were?
I was at the Hard Rock Casino. They've got the slot machines and everything, right? It's the whole casino. I was there in 2006.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
A long time ago, but I was there. Yeah, and the water is beautiful on the coast right there. Go
Yeah.
on.
Yes, I started winning more and more. Like my territory was expanding. One of my best friends was even with me. She never played, so I was playing for her. She was sitting in the seat. I was like, "Tell me when you want me to stop it." And she was winning, and I told her it's best for you to cash out. Don't keep playing on it. But she didn't listen.
And
but it's like the money was falling in my lap. It was falling in my lap, but I was doing the work though. I was doing the work. You have to put in the work. You have to have faith. And my tax business is called Abundant Financial Tax Service. And it's because I always have abundance to give to people. And it's not necessarily monetary. But I started to reap what I sold, Dr. Linda, from the very first candle set that I got.
Yes, you did.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
These are the stories I love to hear, Chantel, because it gives other people hope, just like you heard from somebody, Storm, who, found me when he was researching the Kardashians, and through the Kardashians, Chris had done my infomercial. Through the infomercial, Storm found candles. What are the candles? Who's Dr. Linda? And that's how that unfolded, digging. And then he would put it out there. And I put it out there. Now you're putting it out there because you're helping the next person, especially in business, or especially somebody professional. I have a woman who graduated from law school at Yale. I had a few weeks ago a big health executive. So not just students or unemployed people or people that are day workers like most of us, but I like getting the more professional, conservative end, because like you said, you have faith. Even if you don't have faith or believe in what I do, they will work anyway. And that's the beauty of Wicks of Wisdom. You don't have to believe. You can be a skeptic. I don't care, but they will still work. People like Chantel is open-minded. She wanted more. You'll get more. The more candles you burn, the more you're going to receive.
And I referred my friend to you.
Which one?
Denise.
Oh, that's right. And what happened with her? What happened with her?
Oh, well, she's still using her candles. I haven't got the update, but she got a consultation from you. My friend. Yep.
Okay, thank you. Yes, and then she's going to think, oh my God, yeah, I remember. I think her paperwork's still on my desk. But the beauty is you start to feel better. Now, let me ask you a question. When the candle was burning, did you smell the beautiful aroma in your home? Did it come sweet? Did you start to feel the presence of spirit, like something was going on, but you couldn't put your finger on it?
Yes, something was shifting in my home because I stay alone. So even when I have visitors, I can tell when something is different. And I'm an empath. But yeah, I felt it. I felt the smells, even when I was doing, dressing the candles and everything. It was
sweet.
It was very sweet. And you can smell that from the box before.
Yeah, you can.
Yes.
It's perfumey. It's got its own fragrance. Every color has its own aroma.
Oh, okay.
Just so the people understand, excuse me, I got the hiccups from drinking. Okay. Let's say here's the green and here's the yellow. This green goes with every single set. It's always the green. It's just part of like the base. This one, yellow, this is a health and wellness oil. The clear oil, a lot of the times, is used with money. It's used with legal. It's used with good luck. It's used with reversing situations. The candle, it's like salt, pepper, oregano, paprika, right? You use it for different foods. Just like if you're baking a cake, let's say you're baking banana bread. Then you're going to make chocolate chip cookies. Then you're going to make pumpkin pie for Thanksgiving, okay? So you have 3 recipes, 3 different foods, but some of the ingredients in each of the 3 foods have the same: flour, sugar, butter, right? But then you might add, well, you're not going to put the banana in the pumpkin pie, at least I wouldn't, and you're not going to put the pureed pumpkin in the chocolate chip, but you have a recipe, and that's the same thing with candle magic. There are formulas that are combined with the different oils to equal with the petition, which again, folks, is the writing that I teach you.
Yes.
If you pay attention, and then how it works with the oils, herbs, and powders. Now, in Kabbalah, the candle represents the soul of man. The wick, when lit, is the flame, which is light, which is God. And again, we're feeding God. So it's spiritual. How does it work? We don't know. But the oils and the writing together gets the energy out there. It's not the color of the wax. It's not the color of the candle. We use different colors of the candles to represent certain things. Like this is usually for rebound, money and success. It could be used for good luck. We've used them for shut up, to shut somebody up that's backstabbing you or giving you problems. The white ones are mostly for legal, harmony, peace, home blessings, purity. The yellow is used for good luck. It can be used for health and wellness. It can be used for money as well. We use green for financial. There's different ones. The purple can be good luck. It doesn't really matter, but the pink is always used for soulmate. And then the soulmate, we have the big red bottles left over from the infomercial. Just so people know, 4 little bottles, 4 1/2 ounce bottles equals your 2 ounces of oil. So you always get 2 ounces of oil. So depending, like with Chantel, she wanted to remove all the schmutz, as I call it, all the garbage around her life and her business. And we cleared the path. Doors open. She got into her seminar. She got a discount. Then people started flocking to her for work. Then she did the money and success and went to another level. And now you're going to go to yet another level because you're going to keep growing. And I mean, if I'm still doing this in a few years, we'll come back and we're going to say, remember in 2023, you were just getting started and feeling this and that. I bet by 2026, 3 years from now, you're going to have a couple of, instead of HR Block, they're going to be in competition with you.
Oh, yes.
You may not be that big, but you're going to have your name out there. Abundance. They'll know the tax lady. They will know your company has a name because you're going to market, you're going to advertise, you're going to have your own signage on the wall, on the building. You'll see. And then it'll be, you'll do local advertising. People will know your name.
Yes. Okay, I received that. And I also want to add that this is a time when the stimulus came out and a lot of people incarcerated, they didn't get their stimulus. So I was able to help inmates get their stimulus. That's another way I made money too.
You're the giver. You're the helper. You're the helper. Like me. We give. And then when it's time for us, it's like, I need some help. And we're not the easiest to ask for help. And we give all the time, especially being empathic. Let's talk about being an empath for a moment. When we're empathic, we feel and sense other people's emotions, ideas, or whatnot. Yes. As an empath, you pick up everybody's negativity, or you pick up their love, or you pick up, especially dogs and cats. My God, you feel their love immediately. And when dogs and cats and babies run up to you, I tell people the more spiritual you are, the more you're going to attract the animals and the children because they feel the love, the light. And you put that out in your eyes. You put that out in your spirit, Chantel.
Yes.
A lot of people are repelled by the light. They don't like the light because they're so deep in the dark. For example, if I have a client on the phone and we just don't get along and there's a clash just by saying hello, the spirit's going, and I jump back because I'm being strangled. And as an empath, you have probably felt the strangulation, or you feel like a serpent is around you, or your heart all of a sudden palpitates differently. If you notice your body when you're receiving somebody on the phone and you think, oh my God, what did I say? What did I do? It's not you. You are reacting to their spirit.
Wow.
You didn't know that.
I'm working in corporate America because I don't see them. I'm talking to them. And I just have to put them on mute. Yeah, I feel it. It's an instant, and it starts in my solar plexus.
Yes, it does. Right below in the sternum. Yep. I had 2 yesterday. One lady hung up on me. I gave her back some money. She typed, like when you send your order forms to me, folks, online, it's a 2-page printout for me. Yeah. So I automatically go to the second page where the email address and phone numbers are. Well, one lady made a typo. So I emailed her, said, your phone number is wrong. I can't call you. Boy, did she have a fit. She sent me the right number, and that was 2 weeks ago. And yesterday was the reading. And I'm like, she said, you were so mean. You couldn't even read my phone number. I said, it's on the paper. It's wrong. She had a typo. No, I didn't. I saw it myself. Yes, on the first page, it was correct. But I don't read the first page because all the information I need is on the second page.
Right.
You out there don't know that. I just know what I've done for 30 years. So we argued about this wrong phone number. And I thought, do we have to spend time arguing? And then, as you know, every time you book an appointment, I said, please call me at, it'd be 1:00 my time, 4 your time. I always have the client call me to be responsible. You're paying me, you come to me. You missed the appointment, that's not on me, right? So
those rules apply to me as well. So
exactly. Well, I called this lady yesterday. I said, did you forget to call me? Boy, are you mean? I didn't know. I thought you were calling me. I said, I explained to you that you will call me at such and such a time. Well, you and the phone number, she just dug into me. And I'm like, do we have to do this? But I could hear it in her voice. It wasn't me. This woman is so angry and so pretentious and so righteous. But I was nice. I said, I'll just refund some of it. She hung up on me. So I emailed her. She hung up on me. And I emailed her nicely. I said, I'm sorry, blah, blah, blah. Here's a copy. Here's what do you call it? A screenshot of the paper because I wanted to show her I'm not lying. I have no reason to lie. Why? Exactly. A phone number? Excuse me. I wanted to show her she was wrong. The phone number was wrong. Accept some responsibility, and I still refunded her like 80%. I kept the fees from my merchant account and everything, and it's still administration fees. Some people don't like that, but if you and I are calling people, you and I are making the appointments, you and I are doing the work, and then they don't show up or they screw up, it's still your time, Chantel. It's my time, and a lot of the time we don't get paid for all that time. People don't know that in business. They think, I'm going to dump all my crap on you. Then you can help me. Yeah, but I need an appointment. Well, I don't have any money. I said, I can't help you, or I'll give you a discount. And you have to navigate as well. Not everybody wants to pay for all the different forms, the K form and a 1099 and a this and a that and whatever. They don't want to, it adds up.
Yes.
You might charge $500, $600 to get all the taxes done. And they say, why? Well, it's your hourly time. It's your work. It's different forms for the states, different forms for the IRS. People don't understand.
Yes, that's very true. Especially when that credit came out almost a year ago. It was like this daycare credit for your IRS. Like if you, even though that brought back a lot of money, people didn't still understand. They thought I don't do $100 tax return. Like that's not my starting fee. I know my value. I know my worth. So if you want to go back to TurboTax and pay the $99 fee, that's totally up to you. And
you're last year,
I had to tell some people, no, I'm not going down. I'm not decreasing my
Good for you.
work. Yeah.
No, you've earned it. And so have I. I'm $3.50 an hour. But when I started 32 years ago, I was $40 an hour. But I've worked my way up. I've got 30-something years behind me. 95% of the time, I'm pretty accurate.
Yes.
You earn your reputation. And then so like that lady never wrote back, didn't say I'm sorry, didn't say thank you for the refund. And you deal with it. And you do the same thing in the corporate people, especially corporate. They want to nickel and dime you.
Yes.
Right? And they're already making millions or whatever their company's doing. Yeah. But it's hard. So when you're empathic on top of it, which is where this conversation is going, not only are you mentally hearing, giving advice or suggestions, and then doing the physical work, you're absorbing their anger or their story about their mother's cancer or whatever they start talking about when you're just trying to get the job done, right?
Yes. You have to be empathetic and show compassion, which I do, but it also can be draining. So I have to have that balance, even in my personal life.
Very draining. It is very draining. So that's where you can do the protection candles because it takes away a lot of that absorption of the negative. You could do another good luck to remove it, and then the protection to keep you safe. I have that too because you're in the same kind of people business I am, because you're still communicating. You're not just at Macy's selling dresses and clothes and shoes and perfume. It's still a people business, but you're one-on-one.
Yep.
And you're trying to help them save some money, or you're trying to get the filings done. And then they kept changing the dates as to when the IRS was due versus the personal was due. It's been, and then there's the late fees or the late filings. And people, you're on top of it. You've got a lot to manage.
Exactly. Yep. That's very true. Just kind of make you just woosah. And that's another thing I, pray for and put out in the universe, that I have patient clients, because I'm a person.
When you find all that, you let me know. We'll open up the psychic and the tax specialist, and we'll open up something new, and we'll figure out a way to zoom in on the nice people. Good luck.
Yeah. That's true.
No, I had my assistant with me today. I'm training her to do the phones because I can't do everything. I was on a show last week that brought in over 300 phone calls. That's a lot to weed through, just from voicemails and emails, and I get through it, but it's a lot of work. So I had her sit there to listen so I could start training her. And one guy was booked for 11 o'clock today. He must have emailed and called 5 times in the last week and a half because he forgot the time. He didn't know what day, go back and forth. And then I waited for him, called him. You missed your appointment. There's no refund under 24 hours. I hadn't checked email because I was preparing for him. Well, he had canceled 15 minutes before the session. Well, I didn't see it. So I wrote back. I said, that's a professional choice. You signed on my website what the parameters are. So I said, I'm not refunding your money. Then he said, well, I went to somebody else. Then he wrote back, said, well, I don't know who to go to. This is my story. So he sends me this whole dissertation. Now he wants to book again. I'm like, okay, I understand the conflict and who's out there and who to trust. And there's a lot of charlatans, just like there's a lot of bad accountants and tax specialists that will hurt people.
Yeah.
I one time, and I'm sure you've heard this, I was embezzled by my own tax person. He took money from his clients. When we filed the forms, the claims, what is it called? The tax forms. This is back in
tax return.
Like tax returns. Yeah. All the forms. I can't remember. This is probably back in 08, 09. And he overcharged one thing. I overpaid taxes. Then he got busted by the feds for embezzling from other clients. He, I think, embezzled over $140,000.
Oh, wow.
So they catch up. They micromanage. Like my accountant, this time I got refunds from the IRS and the state because we overpaid, to be sure. And sometimes it'll balance out from the year before. This time I got the checks back, thank goodness, because it goes to something else. I'd rather overpay than underpay.
Yep, that's what I tell my clients.
Yeah, otherwise you got the penalties. Yeah.
Because I live by that principle as well.
Good. Yeah, that's what my guy does. And I've known him almost about 45 years. He's been a friend of the family. So you deal with all these personalities. But like me, I want to hear from you. How do you back up? Either take a walk, hug a tree, get something to eat, take a shower. What do you do to switch gears so that you are centered and release some of this attack? Because we get attacked a lot.
Yes. Well, I have a vision board. I have a couple in my room, and I also have my affirmation card for today. I have a daily meditation that I read. I also journal. I have crystals. I protect myself. So journaling helps me declutter my thoughts, and just knowing that I can't dwell on stuff. I got to keep it moving. It's going to be all types of people out in the world, but as long as I have that internal balance and I don't have internal conflict, that's all that matters, because I'm going to get what I attract. So if I keep my mind set a certain way and I'm very grounded, I'm not going to let anything bother me. But just having my affirmations, I have different Bible verses around the house. I recite my serenity prayer. But so just staying grounded.
You fill up your soul. You fill your soul up with meditative information. And not everybody coming to you who claims to be spiritual practices. And then they attack
watching you too. I watch you on YouTube. You just did an episode yesterday with the woman that lost 3. I got to finish watching it.
Yeah, she lost 3 children. Well, she lost 2 children and her ex-boyfriend. That's right.
Mm-hmm.
So if you go to Linda Salvin, Dr. Linda Salvin on YouTube,
yes.
Actually, it was a replay from a different show, but I know a lot of people didn't see it on Thursday, so I put it on the Tuesday. And that's what I like. New people are always watching. There was a client. She was on like you.
Okay.
She came to me during the summer, and when I was booking her reading, her appointment, she said, I lost a baby and I want to chat on him. I said, okay, how'd you lose it? Well, I was in a car accident. He died in my stomach. I mean, the baby was only 6 months in utero.
Mm-hmm.
But when she was in a car accident, she hit the steering wheel, then the baby was stillborn at the hospital. Then she got pregnant again, and a year later, the baby lived only 10 days.
Okay.
Then the man who was her boyfriend at the time, the father of those 2, he died 8 years ago. But when I was taking down the notes of her credit card, her address, and some of what she wanted to talk about, first she said, I have a little baby boy, blah, blah, blah. What's his name, birth, and date of death, because that's how I pick stuff up. I said, but there's a girl here. She goes, oh, my God, it's his sister. I said, you lost 2? And she says, well, I also lost my boyfriend. I said, what? So here this woman was 32 years old. Mm-hmm. She's in Texas. And by the time she met the guy when she was 15, but by the time she was in her 20s, she'd lost 3.
Oh, wow.
That's a lot. But she's positive. She started her business. She's a lot like you. She's motivated. Mm-hmm. And that's the beauty. No matter how much life knocks you down, you got up. She got up. She still hurts. She still grieves. Mm-hmm. I put her on the show because she is more grateful, having heard the communication of the babies that spoke to me and her ex, but how she moved on. And the same thing with you. You benefited. And I do these shows to let people know this stuff is real. I'm not a charlatan. I'm not on TikTok throwing cards saying, oh, he's going to call you if you save this sound. Yeah. It doesn't work that way. I wish it would at times, but it doesn't. Yeah. It should be so easy. Click this sound, you're going to get a text. Okay, fine. Yeah. But no, it's really helping people. You're in a service industry, so am I. And what the messages of this show is how so many people bash the people helping them. Yeah. Like the lady yesterday, she had a sick dog, and I started reading the dog. She goes, I already know that. I'm like, she said, I'm paying you. I said, but I have to go the way the spirit guides are talking. I can't just, well, I'm paying you. I said, I will get there. I mean, she's the same with the phone number. And I just try to do my job, and she's trying to micromanage. It's like, whatever. So she hung up. They're weird.
Right.
It's hard.
Right. Even when we were talking and you was like, I hear what you're saying. I'm like, yes, I'm saying it, especially about my job. The next question you knew. And then you picked up my ancestors on my father's side.
I did. Oh my God. I forgot about that. Yeah. Chantel, talk about that part of the reading. I like talking about the business to help people understand, hey, customer service is what we do, even though we have a specialty. Mine's metaphysical and health, and yours is taxes, but we're still people. Trying to help. But when I did the reading, I forgot about what I brought up. Why don't you talk about that end of the reading?
So at the end, you were telling me, because I was asking about my love life, because my love life is a roller coaster. So you nailed in on that. I told you about a place I want to move to. You picked that up. And then you said your great grandmother is around me. I'm like, on your father's side. I'm like, yep, that's very accurate. My dad is Haitian, so he stays in Haiti. So I went to go see him a couple months ago, and I felt her around me just so strong. Wow.
I just got chills.
Yeah. Yeah. So when you picked that up, that just made my heart just smile. Like
it was the confirmation, right?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
So your grandmother's name is what?
Armand.
Armand. Okay. So just so you know, people, when you get chills, goosebumps, that's the confirmation of spirit saying, yes, you're right. So whenever you get goosebumps, it's not because it's cold. Right, yeah, because we're talking truth. Yes. So the spirit's saying, yes, you're correct. Yes, you're right. You're absolutely right. and you're telling the truth. Or it's like if I talk about, I was in a plane crash in 1981, and then I totaled a car in 82, and then I had the white light experience in 1984. A lot of people get goosebumps when I tell the story because I'm telling the truth.
Yes.
And the people that argue with me that they think they know more spiritually, it's like, I don't think so. I've seen the other side. They initiated me in the 80s. I've been doing this a long time. You want to screw with me? Fine. And I'll give back some money just to get you off my back. Or, excuse me, respect me, and I'll work with you, but whatever. But your grandmother, yes, the beauty or the curse, however you want to look at my gift, is when I'm in the zone of reading, like someone like Chantel, I'm on the phone and I'm just sort of like picking stuff up. And towards the end of the session, your great grandmother's here. It looks like your dad's side, and I can see where the spirit's coming from. And then we started talking, and then the confirmation from you came in, and it all tied in. So I'm glad you felt her. Yes. I can feel her right now, as can you. You know, she's kind of like Jingle Bell. She's fun. She was active. She was singy-songy. She was bubbly. Yes. She was bubbly. I've got her like playful. Yeah.
And I look
like her.
And we do favor, and I finally got a picture of her, so I got to blow that picture up. But yeah, that's how she was when her kids describe her. She's very bubbly.
That's what's coming in right now. Yeah. You know, even though people think I'm a fraud, I'm pretty damn good. I know. I'll toot my horn on that one. You guys can bash me all you want. But the beauty is helping someone else feel good, helping someone get through a block, obstacle in business or relationship or whatever's going on, and then to watch somebody evolve, and then the money and success and the business growing. But the beauty is not all business people or people out there are spiritual. That's what's missing in life most of the time, which is where I went from non-spiritual to being indoctrinated spiritually with all those events in the 80s to teach it. And then the definition of health is the state of mental, physical, emotional, and spiritual well-being, and not merely the absence of disease. So my job is to help people cleanse, like we're doing the glyphosate cleanse. We're enhancing our nutrition with DNA nutrition based on your genes.
I don't know about that per story. Or there's something different?
I will teach you. No, this is it. I will teach you. We'll talk after the show. I'll tell you about it. So I'd like people to know that you can feed your body nutrition that it needs without going to the store and buying 1,000 other products, because this is based on your DNA analysis. So my job is to help people feel their healthiest, especially with all the garbage going on and poisoning the food and the air quality and all this stuff. Why not be healthy on this journey through life? You're going to die anyway, but at least enjoy what you got.
Exactly.
You know, my job is to help. I had one girl I was talking to her about the product. Talked about her career, her love life, her husband, what she wants to do career-wise, but she said all I did was promote health. I said, well, you got adrenal problems. She's going to a doctor. You're not getting the help you need. Well, so there's another one. You know, either you have to please these people or you don't, right?
Yeah.
And you can't please them all. You can't.
You can't.
But then you get your crowd in your own village, and you know who hears you. Just like when they started coming to you and they knew you could do the job, Chantel, and you proved you could help them. You're probably coming into the place now where you get to say, no, I don't want to work with you.
Yes, that's very true.
You're coming to a place where you can sense it. It's like, I don't think that's going to work. I had a phone call the other day. A lady's been to like 200 mediums and wanted to talk to her mom or brother or somebody. I said, I can't work with you. I don't know what you're looking for, but I'm not it. I did not want to take that on. I'm sure I could have. But if she's already been to 200, what is she looking for? Yeah. What is she looking for? You know, so the beauty when you become more professional like yourself is you get to say no. You have your boundaries now.
Yes. And we talked about that. And remember you spoke about the 7-year with my age. Yes, I'm feeling that. Everything you're saying, Dr. Linda, I'm feeling the friends, the dead end job, the want to grow and get, you know, elevate in life. Yeah. And I'm glad you explained it to me because I didn't know, but it makes perfect sense now.
Let me explain to the audience what we're talking about, because life goes in 7-year cycles. So between 0 and 7, 7 and 14, 14 and 21, 21 to 28, 28 to 35, 35 to 42, 42 to 49, 49 to 56, 56 to 63, 63 to 70, 70 to 77, and 77 to 83 were in chapters. It's like walking up steps. So you're on step 1, step 2, step 3, you go to 7. You finally got to the top, then you're on the bottom of the next level. So how old are you right now? Where are you?
I'm 34.
Okay, so you're at the tail end of 28 to 35, right? Mm-hmm. So this next birthday, all this schmutz, negative, will be cleaned up, tossed out, and all the new beginnings and fresh starts and the abundance. Your love life is going to change in that next chapter. Between 35 and 42, girl. You're going to bring him in.
Yes.
Next year, you'll be ready for the soulmate power. I want you to probably stick with the protection of money just for a little longer. Okay. But then we can do your soulmate. Then you go, oh my God, I met this guy. But right now you're at the tail end. And when we are in different phases of the portal, you feel it. You know, oh, it's the beginning. I started teaching this when I was 38. And I would teach people 35 to 42, 42 below. Well, I'm turning 70 in 2 months. Okay. So I'm in the 63 to 70, and I'm like, oh my God, it's almost over again. It goes so fast.
Yes.
You know? But I can see what I'm letting go. I can see what I'm bringing in. I can see I'm going into this new development, and it's a cycle, but we keep growing. We're at the tail end of the show. I want to thank Chantel for coming on. You are great. I want to have you back.
Yes.
Have you back, okay? We'll do some more work. Yeah, we'll do some more work, or maybe we can do a show where we get enough. When we get enough chat going, we can take some answers, questions and answers. We can do that.
Nice.
That would be good. But for now, I wanted you to get your story out there. I wanted you to get your experience with me out there because you're going to help someone else. And if they're interested in reaching out to you, if anybody wants tax consulting or help, where do they find you?
I don't have a website. I'm working on that. But I can give out my number.
Go well if you want to give out your
my
number.
Email. Okay. So
do the email so you don't get some crazies. Okay. You never know.
Right. So it's abundant spelled out. The letter F is in Frank, S is in Sam, and then corp, CORP.com. That is my business email. I do check it daily, so you can reach out to me there.
Okay, in 6 months, you might have a client. You never know. I want to say goodbye. You stay backstage. I'm going to close the show. Thank you so much, Chantel G. I'm Dr. Linda Salvin. This is the last of the Starlight Café. It's going to go into Psychic Solutions Podcast next time you see us. And I want to wish you a wonderful holiday weekend. If you're listening to this, we are just before Thanksgiving. And we're actually going to be listening to this or viewing this on Thanksgiving Day. This is a pre-recorded show because I'm not here tomorrow, neither is the station. So I want to wish everybody a happy holiday. We will be back with another show next week on the Thursday spot. I'm Dr. Linda Salvin. You can always reach me at lindasalvin.com. And have a great, safe rest of your weekend. Bye-bye.
Thanks for joining us. We hope you enjoyed today's program with Dr. Linda. Need a breakthrough of your own? Ready for answers or insights nobody else has? Reserve your own one-on-one in-person chat. Dr. Linda isn't just for other people. Dr. Linda gets results for you. And it's easy. Contact details are on screen now. Just click on lindasalvin.com or call toll-free 888-509-1077. That's lindasalvin.com or toll-free at 888-509-1077.